What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And CONELLIA is back with a bang, and today we are taking on floor 90 of the Celestial Griffin in the hard Doom Tower, full auto with this solo strategy. We've done Bommel, we've done Nether Spider, and now we're taking on the Griffin. So I'm going to explain how everything works and the kind of gear requirements you do need for this stage. So we're going to kick off the video with the full solo strategy to prove it's possible with just CONELLIA. Then we're going to start bringing in other champions to show how to speed up the process if you're more of like an endgame account or just more of a realistic option, right? To bring in more champions. So let's just go over what the Griffin does and how this is working, and then I'll show you the gears and the stats and all of that good stuff. So what I was really struggling to do is understand the right speeds and what requirements she needs. And if you have a look here, if you did not know, the Sky Bond is the little counter on the top left hand side of the Griffin, and that goes up once every single turn, right? And every single time he puts a Sky Bond, he increases his speed by 2.5. We don't have to worry about the crit rate and crit damage, but this part here is key. So then I thought, okay, I know that the base speed of the Griffin is 250 for this stage, and then you have to factor in the 2.5 times 20 because there's 20 Sky Bonds, and that kind of equals the 300 speed on the Griffin. Because you have to bear in mind here, it will be Sky Bond 20 for the entirety of this run. So now with that information, I knew that I needed plus 300 speed on my CONELLIA to make this work, just to be able to get one turn and get those cycles going. So let's head over to CONELLIA's kit real quick. So where are you, CONELLIA? There she is. So how this is working is we're placing the sleep debuff on our ally for one turn, and of course she's going to be the only champion alive. And then when she is kind of woken up from a hit, heals this ally by 100% and completely fills their turn meters, because the debuff is lost due to taking damage from an enemy, right? So you're basically putting the sleep on yourself, you're getting woken up, you're getting full heals, you're getting full turn meters, you're applying War Master damage with her A1 ability, and the cycle just goes on and on. We are going to be blocking off the A2 with presets, but if you want to full solo it, potentially manual the waves using this, because it just makes your life a little bit easier. So in terms of the stats that you're going to need, let me break it down. So I've just put a blend of speed and perception. You don't even need perception set if I'm honest. You could probably go full out speed. So we've just gone speed and crit damage. Doesn't really matter. We're just aiming for HP percent stats and looking for that speed. And then we've got defense percent on the gauntlets. We've got resistance on the chest plate and speed on the boots. You can see here, I have put no HP percent main stats to prove how viable that this composition is. And then if we head into the banner here, we've got resistance, and then we've got defense, and then we've got HP. Overall stats, we have got a 50,000 HP, which is kind of where I recommend to sit at. Any lower, there is a chance of him doing that double hit when he dropped below 50% HP. And this stat here was really reliable. I have done this multiple times. This is 100% confirmed. We've got a 3.4k defense. Okay, let me just talk about this speed here. I don't think you need 277, alright? So all you need to factor in is your speed auras and the masteries, which I'm going to speak about. And you just have to be running faster than the Griffin, which is 300 speed. So if you can go for around 310, it's probably a good place to sit at. After considering all of the stuff I'm going to talk about, that's all you're going to need here. But of course, when you're hitting the lower stages, you can kind of drop down the stat requirements according to the boss that you're hitting. And then if you look here, the resistance is extremely high because I put it on the chest plate and I put it on the banner, right? But I do not think you need 378 either. So the Griffin has a 250 accuracy, so you want to look at least 275 to 300 resistance to be consistent, because if you did not know, there's that chance for the Griffin to place a heal reduction. You do not want that on your CONELLIA because it can mess up your run. And having it with this kind of high resistance, this is how I made it work. And I did try it without resistance. It was a bit of a pain, if I'm honest. So aim for 300 plus speed with the auras and the masteries, and have high enough resistance to resist that heal reduction. So the masteries that we've got today is the offense tree heading down to War Master, because that's how we're going to be dealing our damage. and a support tree just to get this Spirit Haste Mastery. What it does is increase speed by 8 for each dead ally and stacks up to 24. Now if we head back into these main stats here, we're at 277, and then you consider the plus 24 speed from the Spirit Haste Mastery, that puts you up to a 298 speed, so it's still slower than the Griffin. And then of course you've got that speed aura by 18%, and I believe that bumps you up from the base speed by close to 20 speed. And then if you throw in a 24% speed aura, you're looking at around 26 plus speed, and that puts you in a comfy position to be able to outspeed the Griffin. So this is how I made it work. Masteries as well, you could consider, which one is it? The Whirlwind of Death. So if you're going for a full solo strategy, you can even get an extra 18 speed from here. I just haven't done that in today's run. So that's how it's working, and without further ado, let's get into the runs. Okay, so this is the full solo strategy, and you can see here that I was prioritizing the A2 to be able to sleep the enemies, proc those fears, just so she can come through with the cycles and apply her A1 to get through all of the enemies, right? So the main focus of this one is just to prove that by herself, she can do the waves and she can also do the boss. And then once you get to the boss, all you have to do is click auto and enjoy. That is about it. You're going to see that the sky bonds are going to be ramping up on the top left, and that's where the speed is going to be increased from the Griffin here. If you drop below 50% HP without resistance, there's a chance that the Griffin is going to be placing heal reduction. If that happens, you're going to die. Period. It's just what's going to happen. But in these gear stats that I'm showing today, she's not going to drop below 50% HP. She's not going to be debuffed apart from that 3% proc on the fear. Occasionally, like it rarely ever happens. But this is amazing, guys. The world's first epic to be able to solo the hardest stage of the Griffin. We've done Bommel, we've done the Nether Spider, and now we're doing this dude. Of course, I see all of the comments about Bommel 90. Please be patient, we're gonna wait for the next rotation and have a crack at it again. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the run, and stick with me because I'm gonna be showing you how to speed up the process. Let's go. So we're just closing in here on 20 minutes, bearing in mind this is the full solo strategy. No other champions was helping her here. And there we go. So, CONELLIA, 8 million heal, 3 million damage. We got Death Knight for the memes. We had Stag Knight for the wave 1 just to help out a little bit. And that is it, guys. Of course, 399 turns is kind of excessive, but I'm just about to show you how to reduce the turns and how to reduce the time. Let's go. Alright, so for people that may be thinking, do you need a 24% speed aura? No, we're about to bring in 4 nukers, we're about to bring in ninja, and we're going to show that bringing in basically your best nukers that you've got on your account. I just tried to choose anyone here, does not really matter. And you're going to see that they're going to be able to do this full auto from the start, and it's pretty much done in a pretty good fashion. So let's just get into the run here. So literally, she's just going to let her do what she's going to do. Of course, we blocked it off with presets. Our nuking champions are just going to come through and help clear up the waves here. So if you want to start farming the gear set, which is the Guardian set, which I do really prompt you to go for, it's an amazing gear set. This can hopefully unlock that full auto for you, so you can start farming that gear, right? Because it's very, I wouldn't say simple, but it's pretty easy to understand to do on manual. But full auto, I know a lot of you guys do struggle with this, and this will definitely change your accounts if you cannot solo it at the moment. So going through here, look at this, full auto from the jump. And these champions are literally just to help us out through the waves. Deal a bit of damage here. Look at crew tracks a go. Does not matter what's happening. Nice little double hit from Magna. A2 from Biggin. Like, you could even manual this if you wanted to and make full use of Ninja's skills or something, but full auto, not too shabby. Hopefully we get a little burnout here. And remember, this is the same speeds that I showcased earlier. No difference. We had a 24% speed aura. It worked. We now have an 18% speed aura, and it's still working. So you can see here, in 1 minute 25, we managed to get the Griffin down to almost 50% HP, and now CONELLIA is just going to finish off the job. So let's just forward towards the end, and she should be closing up the show any minute now. Come on, CONELLIA, you must have a long sleep. One more hit, and there we go. So you can see here that this is a really viable way. Like, you could bring any of your nuking champions, literally anybody, it does not matter. As long as CONELLIA's got the right resistance, the right speed, and around 50,000 HP, you are going to be able to do this strategy full auto, 100%. You can see here right above me, we have got 10 minutes. So full solo, that's 20 minutes. And if you wanted to see a full team, it takes 10 minutes, depending on who you bring in. If you bring in better champions or kind of time your skills, that time's going to drop down even more because your nuking champions will do a much better job. Also, the turn count of 220 in the previous run on the full solo is around 400. But there we go, guys. Full auto CONELLIA strategy. Let's go. So yeah, that is going to be all for the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I forgot to show you the duo strategy, so here it is. And that is just Ninja and CONELLIA doing it by themselves. So it was 399 turns full solo. If you bring in a duo strategy with Ninja, around 250 to 273. So we're dropping it down by around 125 turns. And then if you bring in a full team, you're looking at about 200 turns or so, give or take, depending on who you bring in. Yeah, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this content, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.